Hello, it's Sheen from Kaneva. I'm just making a quick game object review video, just to say some things that I think that this certain game object is missing. And the game object in question is the animal NPC. As you can see, that robot just ran way off into the distance. Now, my original idea was like, well, animals are just little creatures that walk around, and that would be fine. That would be perfect for just having an NPC that just wandered around. You couldn't really interact with it, but it was there and you could see what it was, and it just felt like it was doing its own thing. So that was the idea behind it. But then I found out that all animals by default run away from you if you go close. So that ruined that idea because you can't set the run range, you can't make it not run away, and it'll run straight through a wall. So that's what sprung this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open build mode, then click gaming, and then go to this object and click edit. So in the basic properties, don't I feel like it should have the display name because other NPCs can have their display name, and although maybe you don't want to have chicken above every single chicken in your place, you might have a custom animal in your place that was named and it's a special animal to a special character in the game. So say you have a farmer and he's got a cow and the cow's called Betty. The farmer could refer you to the cow Betty and ask you to go do something so that he can do something for Betty. So when you go out to his field, instead of just having a cow there, you could have a cow named Betty and then you could have like six other cows. So I feel like you should be able to display the display name on the basic properties. Other than that, I actually quite like basic properties. Okay, so the next section is movement. And in movement, you've got the run speed, the walk speed, and the wander range. Now, this wander range works, but I feel that because it can run away, it makes it almost useless. I mean, you can see the little robots wandering around in the 16-foot radius that I have set, but as soon as I walk close, it's going to run away like friggin' 48 foot away from that wander range. So I feel like movement should have a toggle runaway mode because some animals don't run away from you. Like if you walk into a field full of cows, they're not going to sprint away from you. And if you walk into like a field full of tamed horses, horses that are not going like are actually trained and used to people, they're not going to run away. Not every animal runs away. So I feel like the runaway feature should be toggled. Like sure it works for a chicken, but that's pretty much it. Like it works for chickens and small animals, but for bigger animals it doesn't make any sense. Same as if I wanted to have roaming dinosaurs at my place, which I'm actually consider doing at one of the free planets I plan to have here. The dinosaurs will be able to step on a player. Like they'll be big enough that they'll be able to step on a player. So it makes no sense to have that dinosaur running away because it's seen a 5 foot tall avatar. So I would like to have the runaway option disabled. And I would also like to have a way to disable with a toggle. And I would also like to have a variable in here that lets you adjust how far it runs away. Because again, if I had a huge dinosaur and maybe it was actually a timid dinosaur and it got scared of people, if it's a big animal and it is a scared animal, then when it runs away, if I only can make it run away that set distance, which is like 45 feet, then that big dinosaur is only going to get what, 2 steps, and that is its whole runaway animation. Its wander range will be bigger, so running away will actually make it stand still. Unless it's got a multiply, I'm not sure how the runaway system works. But either way, I would like to have a set range in here that I could set the range that an animal runs away if I decide to have animals that run away. And now in the animation section, you've only got move here, but as you can see in movement, you've got run and walk. So I feel like move should have 2 different animations. Because this robot here, I made 2 different animations for it. I made a run animation and a walk animation. So I feel like I should be able to use run and walk considering there is 2 speeds, which means there's 2 different variables when it's in run mode and walk mode. So there should be another animation here. There should be run, walk, idle, and then the last one is because you can kill it and get loot from it, there should be a death animation. So that's all the things in animation, there should be run, walk, idle, and deaf. Because animals can't attack. Well, you could if they were vicious animals, but if you're doing that, put it in a monster NPC. So run, walk, idle, and deaf. And for loot, I'm actually quite happy with the loot system. Other than maybe you could have it so that this drop amount could be a set amount rather than drop item limit. Because what if I want to make this robot drop friggin' 15 robot components? I can't. Well, there's 5. That's maximum. So that's the only thing I have to say about loot. The rest of it is actually pretty cool. So yeah, that's just my quick review of this character. Goodbye.